All right, next one on the chopping block for this week's Training Tuesday is the figure 8 drill. This is a really easy one to set up, a really low round count at a short distance, so really no excuse for any of you to not try this. I'm interested to see how I do. It seems easier than I probably expect it will be in my head, so let's go ahead, get it set up, try it out, and if you are interested in winning a deck of cards like this for yourself, stick around to the end of the video to find out how. All right, so we've got our 1-inch circle here at 3 yards. The idea here is we're gonna be moving in a 6 to 8 inch figure 8 around this circle. My interpretation is with dot at the middle of that figure 8, and you want to press your trigger every time you come over that circle for 5 consecutive shots. You should not stop moving the gun while you're shooting though, so it'll be interesting to see. I have a feeling it'll be easier for me to time it properly as my sights are coming up as opposed to coming down, since my sights are going to be obscuring the target coming up on the downstroke. But let's see how we can do. I'm honestly interested because I have no idea how this is going to go. No time limit. I just want to see how close we can get 5 consecutive shots on that, we'll call it 1-inch circle. I think I might have fired 1 extra shot. So that was interesting. Let's move in closer and we'll talk about it. So ordinarily, when you're doing drills like this, you got a hard front sight focus, and that makes it so you can get a better sight picture. However, I found, so typically I shoot both eyes open, and I've never really paid attention to this before, so this was actually interesting. By keeping both eyes open, I was actually able to time it better on my way coming down than I was expecting. So I had a couple shots that dropped a little bit low. I think that's me anticipating the shot and jerking the trigger, hence why those are low left as a right-hand shooter. But honestly, I'm surprised that that went the way it did. Obviously, under recoil, that gun's wanting to jump back up as I'm especially coming up on that upstroke, so I sometimes had to bring it quite a big circle back down. But at 3 yards, this was better than I expected to do. And again, having both eyes open, that was a byproduct that I wasn't expecting, is being able to still see the target through the gun effectively. And that's a big benefit to keeping both eyes open. So I'm gonna go ahead and try this with a rifle just to see how we do, you know, just for grins and giggles. All right, so now we're gonna try it with my M16A4 clone, same distance, so we're kind of cheating with a 20-inch barrel. I'm almost touching the target, but I wanna see if it's the same general idea with both eyes open, that I can basically see through my iron sights, still see the circle and engage that target properly. So let's just see how this goes. Okay, now we'll notice here something, let's talk about it. So obviously my point of aim was here. All 5 of my shots were down low. I also was smart enough to only load 5 shots into the gun to make sure I don't accidentally shoot 1 shot extra. But those 4 shots are definitely within an inch. This 5th shot might be a little bit far out. That could just be my timing, could be me jerking the trigger, but we're about 2.5 inches below my point of aim, which is to be expected with the height over bore that we're experiencing with this fixed front sight post. So if we wanted to try to accommodate that, we could maybe put another circle 2.5 inches up, use that as my point of aim, but this is effectively what we're looking for this close with this style of rifle. Not too bad, and again, with both eyes open, I was able to basically see through that front sight post and still be able to know when to pull the trigger, even as my sights were coming back down. Whereas if I'd been firing with just my dominant eye looking at this front sight, I would have totally not seen that target until effectively it was too late, since your muzzle should be moving the whole time and not pausing when you're coming back down. So interesting test. I learned a little bit about myself, and that's one of the values of drills like this. So if you guys are interested in getting a deck of cards like this for yourself, definitely post a video of you doing this or any other drill that we've done so far to social media, Instagram, Facebook, and send me a link, or excuse me, Instagram or YouTube. Send me a link. If you want to do it to Facebook, I guess you can. And then we will be selecting 1 winner per month for these decks of cards. You don't have to do great to post a video. In fact, I think it's better if you're not doing great, because that'll give you a benchmark to push for in the future. Run this with a carbine, run it with a handgun. Main thing is get out there, run it, learn something about yourself and learn something about your tools. Anyway, as always, I hope you got something out of this video and I appreciate you watching.